I'm going to go over a few what I'm going to call parallel problems, and they're just like I assign the evens, but they're the odds that are aligned with some of the evens that I assign, so that, in other words, the process is the same. It's just to encourage you to practice the ones I assigned on your own. So this one, you have some points. You're trying to find the y value. This is r, so you're trying to find the y value of one of the points, and you're going to find this value by, remember, the m represents the slope. So you're going to try to find the value that we're looking for by using the equation to find the slope, which is rise over run, or the difference in your y's over the difference in your x's. And notice we have a subscript of 1 and 2. Well, you can make either point the subscript of 1, it's fine, as long as you keep the other part to be the same. In other words, if this is your y1, then this has to be your x1. If this is your y2, then that has to be your x2. So let's go ahead and set this up. And we're going to do the difference in our y's over the difference in our x's is equal to 5, 6, which is our slope. 5, 6 is equal to the difference in our y's over the difference in our x's. Okay, so we have 5 minus negative 7 on the bottom. So I'm going to get rid of those negatives and just make them positive, because two negatives cancel out to become positive. And the way I'm going to solve this to figure out what r is by cross-multiplying. That's the way I prefer to do it. So I'm going to do 5 times 5 plus 7, which is 12, is equal to 6, 2 minus r. And after distributing and after simplifying, we find out that r is equal to negative e. Number 18 on your homework is just another slope question, but instead of slope, because we're actually applying it to a real situation, they're calling it rate of change in the book. So you're using the same formula. So go ahead and just plug in your numbers. Now remember, when we talked about correlation, time is always on your x-axis. So you want the number of women to be your y's. And this is what your setup should look like. And in the end, you should wind up with 321.25 as your solution. And that is your rate of change for number 18. And finally, I'll do number 25, which mirrors number 24 through 35. So let me solve this. I'm going to do my change in y over my change in x is equal to my slope. And that's what the book asks us to find for number 25. So I'm going to do the change in y, negative 2 minus 1, over the change in x, which is 8 minus 7. And I wind up with negative 3 over 1, which is equal to negative 3, which is my slope, which is equal to m. Let me clean this up here. And that's the answer to number 25. Now remember, if you're struggling with this, this is kind of some of the nitty-gritty of plotting linear equations, and this is very important, knowing slope, knowing rate of change, understanding how to convert from standard form to y-intercept form. So if you're struggling, please come to my tutorial, and I can help you one-on-one and get you to where you need to be.